Okay, so we love when a device can do it all, especially when it does it all very well. This is the Genki Covert Dock 2. And this is one of those devices that does so much, and it does so much very well. This is not sponsored, although it would be really cool if it was. My name is Ronnie, with a Y. This is my favorite Nintendo Switch dock, and my favorite phone charger. So the original Covert Dock was created to be a smaller solution for the Nintendo Switch that you can just have a smaller dock to carry around with you and not have to worry about, hold on. So you don't have to carry around this hunk of plastic that if you really take out the insides, hold on. If you take out the insides and you put it into a smaller enclosure, this is the actual Nintendo Switch dock size. This was something I got off of Amazon. This was my portable Switch dock that I would bring to houses for like parties and just hanging out with friends and family. And then I still had to carry this thing around. These were good. And I opted for this because this is technically the official Nintendo Switch dock. But what makes this dock really special is that it outputs to 4K 60 frames per second. No, it will not make your Switch be in 4K, but I'm crossing my fingers and toes that this will actually end up working with the new Switch that's supposed to be 4K, but we will just have to wait and see. And if not, I'm sure that Genki will come out with something that will work with it. I did post an unboxing on my TikTok like a little under a year ago, and out of the box, it's just the brick. And then you have the USB-C cable that comes with it. And it also came with international adapters, so you can plug it into the sockets if you're traveling or if you're not from the US. It's these prongs, so you're gonna need an adapter if you're outside of the US. So on the dock, you have a USB-C 3.2, the HDMI port, and then you also have a USB-A port. Now this is 10 times smaller than the original dock. They can fit up to like 9 of these and it stacks up pretty nicely. With it being 10 times smaller, you only get the one USB port. You're missing one USB port, and then if you have the newer dock, you're either gonna miss an extra USB port or you're gonna miss the Ethernet port in the back here. But with the USB-A port, it still allows you to connect at least like one accessory to it, so one controller. Now, I know what people are thinking. Yes, there are horror stories about using third-party docks with your Nintendo Switch. It caused bricking. I think that's the biggest thing, actually. This is not supposed to do that. Genki did their research and they made sure that this will not brick your Switch. To make a long story short, the dock that was bricking Switches the most was the Nyko dock. I think that was the most reported one. And the reason why was because it didn't deliver the correct amount of power. And so it would just break the Switch, whereas this is supposed to be delivering the correct amount of power. And so it's fine. If you want to get into the nitty gritty of all the details, because I'm not going to, I linked 2 articles in the description below that Genki has shared on their website about like the research with everything. But the one thing I'm going to say is if you use this brick, use the cable that comes with it, because all USB-C cables are not made the same. So it's probably the safest bet to just use the cable that came with it. It will guarantee you success in you being able to use your Switch. Okay, so the reason why I got this in the first place was not for my Switch. It was actually for my Steam Deck, and I'm gonna show you why. This is the charger that comes with the Steam Deck. Tell me why this doesn't fold in like a normal charger should. It pissed me off. So I wanted to get a new charger for the Steam Deck. And you're probably wondering, well, why didn't you just use another USB-C charger and another brick? Because you can do that. I have tried using my iPad brick that came with it, and it does a yellow light when I charge it. I'm like, that doesn't look right. It's supposed to be white. It's underpowered because that was only 20 watts. So I needed something that's 45 watts. And I'm going to be honest with you, I am very weary of buying a lot of third-party cables that aren't advertising that they work with that actual device. I hope what I said makes sense. I came across this because I've always looked at it online. I'm like, I wonder if I should get it. I wonder if it would work with my Switch. I know it works for the Steam Deck, and it's also a dock. And that is something that I was really wanting for my Steam Deck, was a dock, and I didn't want to spend $80 on a dock, which I ended up doing anyways, because having this as a permanent dock solution is just really not it. So I ended up getting it. And this was my first Steam Deck dock, and it worked out perfectly. And I learned that you don't even need to have this plugged into the wall for it to be a dock. It just works. For the Switch, you need to have it plugged in. But for your Steam Deck and for your laptop and anything else, it doesn't need to be plugged into the wall. It doesn't need power to do that, which is very nice. Comes in handy a lot, actually. And when I got it, it slowly turned into my main charger for so many things. It has become one of my most essential items that I actually bring with me every day. When I'm out and about, or if I'm staying overnight somewhere, I have this with me, and it works out perfectly. It's a 45-watt brick, so it charges my phone pretty fast. It charges my iPads really fast. The only thing it doesn't charge is my laptop. The only reason why is because my laptop needs like, I think at least a 95 watt or something. It's a 16-inch MacBook Pro. But if I had a MacBook Air, it would be totally fine for it. So this would really be the one brick to rule them all. I don't think I need to say this because the Steam Deck is a PC, but this works for PCs. I can plug this into my laptop right now, and I can use this USB-A port to plug in a flash drive. I can use this HDMI port to plug into a monitor, and it just works. I don't even need to plug this into the wall. It just works. I didn't talk too much about the cable, but it is braided. It's a very nice, high quality cable. One end is at a 90-degree angle, and then the other end is just a regular straight cable. How it's advertised is that this end actually goes into the brick itself, and then this end is supposed to go into your device. It's perfect for the Switch because the port on the Switch is on the bottom. For the Steam Deck, it's fine. I would rather still use this end than the other end for it. My only gripe is that I wish that it was longer. I don't know the actual length of it, but it's not, I mean, it's long enough. It's long enough. I would maybe say it's about just under 6 feet. I would maybe like it to be longer. And I tried looking online on their store. I don't think that they have a longer cable. So overall, out of the box, it's just a really good charger. So to kind of sum everything up, would I use this as my main Steam Deck dock? Maybe. It depends on your play style. I don't think that the Steam Deck to me is like, I'm gonna play it on my monitor all the time. To me, it's primarily handheld. But would I use this to replace my Switch dock? Absolutely not. Again, it is third party. It is not made by Nintendo. And the other thing too is it's not the most practical one to be your main dock too, because this needs to be plugged into a wall or a surge protector. And if it's not close enough to the TV, the HDMI cord, you have to get a really long one for it to connect to the TV. Plus you're missing out on, a few extra ports. But would I get this? Absolutely. I would always recommend this. I can't wait to see what happens when the next Switch comes out, and if it is 4K, if it will work with this. Because if it does, then I'm set. I already have a second dock. I have a mobile dock for my Switch. Anyways, I have a very exciting video coming up later. I don't want to spoil too much, but if you're a Fallout fan, stay tuned. So I would subscribe and be on the lookout for that video. I'm very excited for it. You guys have a lovely day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.